Welcome to County Report This Week. I'm Sonia Burke. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the next half hour, the City of Takoma Park unveils a new community mural. We'll tell you what's on stage at Montgomery College and why it's such a hot ticket. And these Montgomery County seniors are taking active living to a whole new level on the slopes. But we begin with Montgomery County's celebration of Black History Month. As part of that celebration, an online map has been launched to commemorate African American historic sites throughout Montgomery County. Councilmember George Leventhal invited members of the Planning Board to the most recent council session to unveil this new tool. Susan Kennedy has a story.
Hallowed Grounds, Sites of African American Memories, is the theme of this year's Black History Month commemoration. And in keeping with that idea, the map was created to broaden awareness of African American heritage sites and encourage dialogue with communities. The sites on the map are currently on the county's list of protected places.
And so what we have now, rather than a static piece of paper, rather than a document to be hung on a wall, Park and Planning has developed a website which is organic. It can be expanded, it can be added to, and I hope it will be over time.
Since 1979, we have done a lot of work to really better understand the history of our African American communities in Montgomery County, and it's a varied history from the days of enslavement to the days of Jim Crow, to the days of desegregation, to some of, again, our more current history. And our staff in the Historic Preservation section has done a great job of looking at that, of bringing forward to you, the council, sites that merit historic designation.
Each of the 24 map entries includes a photo with a link to find more information about that particular historic place. And there is room for adding more sites within the county as suggestions are made. It's hoped this map will serve as a platform to tell the rich African American history of Montgomery County.
If we do it right, I think this is not only going to benefit Montgomery County, it's going to benefit America. Because in America, they don't have the flow. The flow has never been actually put out there for the people to understand how did it begin and how did it get to here now. So if we can get it right, then it would be a footprint for historical African American sites throughout America.
The online map can be found at the link on your screen.
Montgomery Community Media and Montgomery Parks hosted a leadership conference in honor of Josiah Henson this week. My-MC Media's Willie James Inman reports.
There was engagement from the community about a gift that we have right here in Montgomery County. The opportunity to take Josiah Henson's foundational belief and springboard it into a heightened awareness in our community.
Business leaders gathered at MCM Studios to talk about the life and legacy of Josiah Henson, a former slave, author, abolitionist, and minister who spent most of his life on a plantation in Montgomery County. He would eventually escape to freedom on the Underground Railroad to Ontario, Canada in 1830, and later help other slaves escape to freedom. At this conference to discuss how to honor Henson, leaders touched on what his legacy means for today's African American community.
This particular story of Josiah Henson captured leadership and activism, which from my perspective really overlaps and intersects. And what it spoke to was the critical importance of individuals helping others, being selfless.
When we see the Josiah Hensons, the Sojourner Truths, the Harriet Tubmans, these are the pillars that we build our culture around, and we build a culture around that you can, because these people were not going to stand to be slaves. They were going to fight for their freedom.
Henson's life was the inspiration for Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin. Montgomery Parks is planning to preserve that history with a new museum at Josiah Henson Park on Old Georgetown Road.
And what we plan to do within Montgomery Parks is to celebrate his life, introduce him to many people who aren't aware of who he is, and through our exhibits and programming is is help people to understand and appreciate the hero that Reverend Josiah Henson was.
If you missed this event, you can watch it on MyMC Media's YouTube page. A second conference is planned for June 15th of this year, which is Henson's birthday. In Rockville, I'm Willie James Inman for County Report This Week.
The County Council is preparing for the release of the fiscal year 2017 operating budget from the county executive next month. But Councilmember Craig Rice is a step ahead of the release of those numbers. He has begun holding his annual education budget meetings, where residents are invited to ask questions about what the county is doing to prepare for the future. Our videographer Mike Springeth caught up with Councilmember Rice at his first meeting in Germantown.
We're here at the campus of Montgomery College, Germantown, and had a great education budget forum meeting. It was tremendous in terms of turnout. My name is Craig Rice. I'm Montgomery County Council member representing the Up County, District 2, but also in terms of the energy. Folks were really engaged in asking a lot of questions and making a lot of positive comments about how important education is.
The budget, an additional $8 million is being shifted from the state to Montgomery County Public Schools for the cost of pensions.
Is there any way you guys could reach out to the community, provide jobs for kids at Montgomery College where they can have a part-time job, but still they can have the focus on school?
The literature would tell us that if you can keep a student on campus, their success rates grow exponentially. So I would like to create more opportunities for on-campus work.
My name is Susan Loftus. I've been an educator for 30 years. I wanted to speak about or ask for feedback on the class size. So much of what we do as educators is we have to make connections with these people. Having a class size reduction of 1 is tremendous.
I've continuously heard that theme over and over again about class size, class size, class size. I can tell you that 1 kid does matter. You know, I just had dinner with our new superintendent, and it was a great opportunity to talk with him. And one of the things I shared with him is something that my mother instilled in me a long time ago, and that is that any person who does not live up to their potential is a cost to our society. And so it's important for us to make sure that we support all of our folks in our community so that they can live up to their potential.
If you'd like to attend any of Councilmember Rice's remaining budget forums, you can do so at these following locations and dates. The Montgomery County Council will hold a town hall meeting in Clarksburg at 8 p.m. on March 2nd at Rocky Hill Middle School, and you are invited to attend. Some of the issues expected to be discussed are the continued development of Clarksburg, the future outlet mall, efforts to protect the 10 Mile Creek area, schools, transportation needs, and more. You can find out more about the Clarksburg Town Hall meeting on the Council's website. If you missed the meeting, it is being recorded and will be rebroadcast on County Cable Montgomery. The Montgomery County Planning Department is in the middle of their Smart Moves Winter Speaker Series, a 3-part event that is meant to generate ideas that will help inform the department's plans and policies, including the Bicycle Master Plan and the Subdivision Staging Policy. This most recent session focused on suburban bicycle planning, and our Bridget Suiso joins us with a recap. Bridget?
That's right. It was a packed house here tonight at the Montgomery County Planning Department, where some attendees even rode their bikes over in the rain to hear a presentation from Jennifer Toole of Toole Design Group. She spoke about everything from cycling in the Netherlands to how to plan better for bicycling in the suburbs.
I'm really honored to be here tonight to talk to you.
Thought it went pretty good. Yeah, the crowd was really lively, had lots of questions. And also, you know, a lot of folks that knew their stuff, that knew what they were talking about. So this is clearly Montgomery County has a lot of folks that have been thinking about biking for a while.
This was a fantastic presentation. As a lot of people know, I'm an enthusiastic bicyclist. I like to ride my bike around town to run errands and go to meetings, and also just for fun. And I've admired Jennifer Toole for a long time. She is nationally highly respected expert on bicycling in general, bicycling in the suburbs, and so the opportunity to bring her and her firm's expertise to Montgomery Planning is just really wonderful.
The Netherlands did not become bike friendly overnight. It takes a lot of sustained work to make it happen, and in the early years by default you're going to have a disconnected system. It's going to take time to build that connectivity throughout the county, and but bit by bit, I think it'll get better.
Where there's a will, there's a way to do this. And too often, I think we find that people in the engineering profession, have a handbook about the way things are done, and they tend to look at bikes as something that adds complexity and difficulty to a project. But I think that what Jennifer showed us tonight is that there's also solutions to some of those problems, and that they can be achieved in the real world.
Coming up on County Report this week, Muslim residents meet with county leaders in Silver Spring. And the Silver Spring Library receives a gold LEED rating. Stay with us. County Report this week is coming right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls: 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Sonia Burke. Local Muslim residents and county leaders gathered to discuss ways to fight discrimination at a meeting hosted by the Committee on Hate and Violence. MyMC Media's Willie James Inman has a story from Silver Spring.
Local Muslim residents and leaders gathered for a follow-up meeting in Silver Spring this month to discuss bullying in schools and discrimination.
The promise was that once we in fact heard what we heard that night, we would come back then with the appropriate persons then to speak to those concerns. We believe then they'll have a chance then to hear firsthand from those who can in fact resolve some of those issues, what those responses really are to their concerns.
Police and MCPS officials say they are listening to the concerns of the Muslim community and taking action.
And we want to make sure that we do have a good, trusting relationship with the Muslim community here in Montgomery County, because if something does happen, we want everybody and anybody in this county to feel confident enough that they can go to the police and get the help they need.
Our goal at MCPS is to make sure that there's a safe environment at school conducive to learning for every student. And as a matter of equity, we want to make sure that that's even more so the case for those who may come with some special sensitivity around religion or race or culture.
The Montgomery County Police Department and MCPS have training programs for employees that focus on cultural sensitivity. But these Muslim residents told leaders they want to participate in those outreach programs.
As a member of the Muslim community, we have been witnessing, of course, an increase in Islamophobia and, acts of violence and hate against many members of the Muslim community. That's why it's very important to have these kinds of meetings.
We know that we have a big responsibility on our shoulders to present the accurate image of Muslims and Islam, and to demonstrate and show our neighbors in the community that we're really members of the society, that we care about a lot about it.
We have to make sure the public school environments are safe for kids of all nature. Every student should feel safe in a classroom. They shouldn't feel like they are the brunt of any misinformation campaign.
I'm Willie James Inman for County Report this week.
The new Silver Spring Library has earned a Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Gold certification from the U.S. Green Building Council. The LEED Gold certification is one of the highest ratings available in the Green Building Certification Program. The building at the intersection of Wayne Avenue and Felton Street features many energy-saving elements, including a design that introduces natural light throughout the inner space. Interior office and conference room lighting automatically switches off when rooms are not occupied. The library has a vegetated roof that works to heat and cool the building efficiently. Montgomery County now has 9 LEED certified buildings. The Montgomery County Office of Consumer Protection celebrates National Consumer Protection Week by offering important information for seniors.
March 6th through 12th is National Consumer Protection Week. This is a good time to bring attention to consumer laws and educate consumers about issues that affect them. Here at the Montgomery County Office of Consumer Protection, we are especially focused on seniors. Did you know the county has more than 200,000 residents over the age of 60? Senior scams are on the rise, so here's some information to help avoid them. Financial exploitation is more common among older adults. Some do not report it because they're embarrassed. So here are a few tips. Don't sign documents that are confusing. Don't sign blank checks allowing another person to fill in the amount. Don't leave money or valuables in plain view. Watch out for phone scams. Beware of callers saying that you've won the lottery, a grandchild is in trouble and needs cash, or a credit card company calls recommending credit card fraud protection. If you didn't initiate the call, hang up. Be suspicious of unsolicited emails and don't disclose financial information online except to a trusted organization. Don't respond to junk mail offers. Charities, magazines, and sweepstake companies may send letters that are confusing, resulting in overpayments or unwanted financial commitments. Read the fine print. You can also request that businesses do not share your name with other company mailing lists. So these are just a few guidelines. More are listed on our website. And to find out what events the Office of Consumer Protection will be hosting during National Consumer Protection Week, go to montgomerycountymd.gov/consumer.
Coming up on County Report this week, coffee, reading, and dancing connect parents and staff at Glen Haven Elementary. There's a new musical on stage at Montgomery College, and
I'm here at Whitetail Ski Resort in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania with Asbury Methodist Village seniors from Gaithersburg. That story is coming up next on County Report this week.
Mark your calendars. The Montgomery County Green Fest is coming to the Tacoma Park Community Center on April 30th. This year's Green Fest promises to be a fun-filled day of entertainment, community, and learning. Enjoy live music, learn how to green your home and neighborhood, watch an environmental film, and visit the exhibitors. Green Fest has activities for all ages and interests. Make sure you stop by on April 30th and explore your path to a greener life.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Sonia Burke. Glen Haven Elementary School has a great way to build connections with parents. Their second cup of coffee events are an opportunity to meet with the principal and staff, as well as enjoy other activities. MCPS TV brings that story from Silver Spring.
Good morning, everyone.
Parents at Glen Haven Elementary joined students and staff for the school's monthly community gathering called Second Cup of Coffee.
The goal is for the parents to be a part and aware of what we're doing on a daily basis here at Glen Haven Elementary School. And also, it is our principal's book of the month. Parents, they will come and have a second cup with us. We will provide training to parents.
So every month, the principal chooses a book that she thinks is good for the students. Then the parents can come and see what book she chose for us, and then we get read to by parents.
In addition to exercising their minds, during the event, the students, parents, and staff exercised their bodies with an all-school dance break.
I truly believe that we cannot do it alone. So we need to really make sure that our parents are involved, not just in our after-school activities, but also in our instructional activities that we have in the building.
This weekend, Montgomery College students showcase their talent staging a Broadway musical with a Latin flair. Carolina Galliano has more.
Bring your tambourine, come and join the parranda.
The Latin-flavored Broadway musical In the Heights will be showcased here at Montgomery College this weekend. The winner of 2008 Tony Award for Best Musical takes place in New York City's Washington Heights neighborhood.
In the Heights is a giant celebration of Latino culture.
Every single scene, every single song will blow you away.
The audience will be drawn into the hopes and dreams of a changing community.
In the Heights is a narrative about a story about a barrio and a group of people living in a barrio trying to survive. And more than trying to survive, they have all of these dreams. And so they're trying to achieve these dreams while simultaneously living. And so I think that that's what's so beautiful about the story.
Much like Montgomery County, the story resonates with our community's urban growth and diversification while touching on cultural and family themes.
I think they're going to connect a big aspect of family, faith, culture, and just being true to who you are. You don't have to change for anyone.
Montgomery College is so diverse, so it's a perfect place to do In the Heights because we show so many different colors and shapes and sizes and everything on this stage, so it's just wonderful for that.
For County Report this week, in Rockville, I'm Carolina Galliano.
Jazz lovers from around the region attended the Mid-Atlantic Jazz Festival at the Rockville Hilton on Valentine's Day weekend. Take a look.
I love the idea that everyone's coming together around a jazz event. And there's so many people and so many different kinds of things. People of all ages, all colors, all kinds of crafts, you know, that are part of it, all kinds of artwork, all kinds of beautiful artwork. And then, of course, the music itself. Love to see young people involved in the music. Love it.
Watching the young groups, the college kids, the high school kids, the competition, that is always a highlight. It's not the, the big acts on the main stage, but these young folks are excellent.
Think growing old is no fun? Well, you haven't met these Montgomery County seniors. MyMC Media's Willie James Inman reports.
These seniors are taking active living to a whole new level.
I like to be in the snow, so I like to see everybody else do it too. We've been going as a group of 4 down the hill steadily here, down 11 times so far today.
Asbury Methodist Village residents spent a day snow tubing at Whitetail Ski Resort in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. Growing old may slow you down, but that's not true for these seniors who are having a lot of fun in their golden years.
It's fun. You go fast. You can't run fast anymore, so it's good to go down on the tube. And I can't ski. I wouldn't ski because of my knees, but this is great.
It feels sort of foolish, but very invigorating. So it's worth the risk.
And it's not just snow tubing. These seniors stay busy.
Every month we have a couple trips. We have one coming up to the Frederick Keys. We go to the Kennedy Center. We go to art museums. We do all kinds of different things like that.
So what's the secret to longevity? 92-year-old former Secret Service agent Chuck Taylor has some advice.
Take good care of yourself. Eat the right kind of food. Marry the right kind of woman. And then enjoy life.
In Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, I'm Willie James Inman for County Report This Week.
Coming up next on County Report This Week, the city of Rockville is looking for artists with a passion for the environment. And we'll show you a new community mural in the city of Tacoma Park. Don't go away. County Report This Week is coming right back.
1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men are sexually assaulted while they're in college.
This is happening in Maryland, where we live.
Did you know that across the United States, only 13% of rape survivors report assault?
These statistics are not acceptable.
If you think you don't know a victim, think again.
It's a huge deal. Many people I know have been victims of sexual violence.
It's not the victim's fault.
No one asks for it, ever.
Let your voice be heard.
If you have been harmed by sexual misconduct, you should never feel ashamed.
Ask for help.
We can make a change together. It's on us.
It's on all of us.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonia Burke. Local artists in Rockville are needed to help get the word out about the importance of storm drains for the environment. Rock 11 Now's Kathy Dantzler explains.
In celebration of Earth Day on April 22nd, the City of Rockville and VisArts are sponsoring the Rockville Storm Drain Mural Project. The project will use original mural designs to reflect topics related to how storm drains and what goes into them impacts the health of local waterways.
We're looking for artists, both amateur and professional, who have an interest in the environment and would like to help us with this unique opportunity to educate the public on storm drains, what goes into them, and how our collective impact affects the Chesapeake Bay and local watersheds.
To find out more about how you can lend your talents to educate the public about the importance of storm drains, just head to our website at rockvillemd.gov/stormdrainmural. Or just call 240-314-8870.
And we're looking specifically for designs that are related to water quality, streams, rivers, the Chesapeake Bay, and pollution.
The deadline for the Storm Drain Mural Project is March 14th, so you still have time to participate. For County Report This Week, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
Speaking of art, there's a new community mural on Holton Lane thanks to support from the City of Tacoma Park and the Tacoma-Langley Crossroads Development Authority, who worked in collaboration with local residents. This public art project celebrates the Tacoma-Langley community as a destination for many.
Today we're dedicating a beautiful mural here on Holton Lane at the very edge of Tacoma Park and the very edge of Montgomery County. We're seeking today to bring together every corner of Tacoma Park. This New Hampshire Avenue corridor is probably not as well known as some other parts of Tacoma Park, and so this mural and this festival today are an effort to raise the visibility of this area of our city.
This area doesn't have really any public gathering space. It's pretty much all private property, so by putting the mural here, we're kind of like anchoring this block as a place. We're trying to do placemaking.
It's about migration. It looks at animals who are migratory, and given this time in our history, what's going around in the world and here in our own state, it's very important that we celebrate people moving from different places. And in Tacoma Park, we have always been a welcoming community.
80 feet long and about 15 feet high, and it's wonderfully done, and I just think it becomes a landmark.
The significance of the Crossroads for Tacoma Park is that it's a place where different parts of our community really come together. And we're very lucky to have Melanie Isis and other people working to actively bring our community together. So Tacoma Park has a very strong stand on immigration. We're a sanctuary city, and also we are passing a resolution on our city council welcoming Syrian refugees to our community. Right now there's a lot of fear and people are reacting to the situation around the world. But we need to remember that the best way for us to move forward is with compassion and empathy, and that's how we'll build stronger communities, and that's how we will end the violence.
Finally, we hope you'll attend the H2O Summit on March 5th at the Rockville Senior Center. Participants at this event will learn how their daily actions impact local streams and rivers. You'll also meet local environmental leaders who are working to make Montgomery County a cleaner, greener place to live. So save the date. The H2O Summit is scheduled for Saturday, March 5th from 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Rockville Senior Center. You can find more information about this event online. With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Sonia Berg. Thank you for watching.